Rockinitis.
Oh, doctor, doctor, tell me what to do. He said, don't stop rocking, son, till you are through. He said, doctor, doctor, what's the matter with me? He said, the Rockinitis won't let you be. Well, I tried to stop rocking, but I've been told Rockinitis has got my soul.
Hi, cats and kittens. Welcome to Rockinitis. My name is Michael Willmore, and my co-pilot here is Rob Frith. You're a big fan of Ike and Tina Turner?
Oh, just love them. I have this poster here framed in my music room. Just a fabulous Ike and Tina Turner original concert poster from Vancouver.
Oh, that's a Vancouver poster.
Yeah.
And what year would that be?
It's probably around the time you saw them.
Because I saw them in '63.
Yeah, it could have been.
And it was Exhibition Gardens, Exhibition Forum, something like that.
I guess if you looked at the lineup, you could figure it out. I actually never really figured it out. See, Cracker Jack was a hit then, so whenever that was, I Idolize You.
I have a nice poster here as well. This is from about, what would this be, about 65? 64, 65?
Yeah, it looks like.
By this time, they had developed a kind of an approach where they were featuring different acts within the main act. So Ike and Tina Turner was the star of the show.
Yeah.
Kings of Rhythm would come out, do a couple instrumentals, and then they would feature the Ike Cats, who were the female backing group, and plus a couple of other people that were, like somebody, who's it say here? It says Little Mr. Lee and the Cherokees.
And apparently Ike would, there was never a set show list for the evening.
Oh.
He'd come out and play a couple of notes of the song, and the band was supposed to know what song that was going to be. And if they didn't get it, he'd fine them.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So he says they all got real sharp as far as figuring out the songs.
Anyway, one of the early things that they did, which was kind of interesting, before Phil Spector got a hold of Tina, Ike Turner, on his own, decided to come up with the idea of doing an experimental album with Tina backed up by a string orchestra.
Oh, really?
Now that's really unusual.
Yeah, I've never heard
This is
that.
1963. Interesting thing is it shows all of Ike and Tina's albums on the Sue record label on the back of the LP. I don't have the first album. I got the dance album, I got the Dynamite album, I got the Don't Play Me Cheap album, and I got the It's Gonna Work Out Fine album. I don't have the first one because basically it has all the same songs that are on the other albums.
Oh, yeah.
So you don't really need it anyway. But anyway, here's an example of Tina Turner recording with an orchestra. And we were discussing earlier how Tina will sing a line and then she goes, wow, you know, like a wildcat.
The wildcat,
Anyway,
yeah.
she does that in this song. Don't Play Me Cheap.
Don't play me cheap, 'cause you know I'm in love. Don't make me forget that I'm a nice girl. Treat me gentle until we're alone. Scold me, baby, after you get me home. Don't make me cry.
Anyway, a great front cover shot of Tina Turner. You can picture her on the back of the Greatest Hits album from the Don't Play Me Cheap LP right here. Another kind of close-up of Tina looking semi-glamorous and stuff like that. They were basically known as a live performing act, featuring the uninhibited animal wildcat sexuality of Tina Turner. This group, I saw them live 3 times, and I saw Tina Turner live twice in the 80s and 90s or whatever. I saw them in 1963, I saw them in 1965, and there was a white chick in the Ikettes,
Oh, really?
which turned out to be Bonnie Bramlett.
Oh,
In
I
later
think I did
years.
hear something
Yeah.
about that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was, everybody go, hey, there's a white chick in the Ikettes.
Isn't that funny?
And it was Bonnie Bramlett. Anyway, and I saw them in 1971 at the Seattle Pop Festival, and I was like 4 feet in front of the stage looking right up at them.
Well,
You know.
it's kind of like the James Brown review thing.
Exactly, same idea.
Except I find that the people in the Ike and Tina Turner band were way, like, I shouldn't say the players, but the vocalists were way better. The other vocalists, other than
The caliber of...
like James Brown,
talent.
his like vocals he'd had, I never really thought of him as that great compared to the Ike and
No,
Tina.
he was great.
Well, James Brown was great, but I
Yeah.
mean the other vocalists in the band.
With this examples of a couple of great live albums that they had on the Warner Brothers record label. 1965, Something's Got a Hold on Me live. Now, their Sue record contract ran out in 1963. They were on the label from 1960 to 63. They had 6 LPs on the Sue label, a lot of overlapping tracks, so you got to kind of watch it when you buy their stuff that you don't already have it already. This live stuff, though, it features this primal rhythm and blues review in their heyday. Their stage costumes on the women revealed lots of thigh. The Ikettes would be framing Tina Turner as she skittered around the stage dancing like a wildcat. And we'll hear Something's Got a Hold on Me recorded live in 65. Ike and Tina Turner review live.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And at this time, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna not hesitate any further. We'll introduce the main attraction of the evening. I mean the star of the show, so let's give her a nice, warm, friendly welcome. The fabulous Miss Tina Turner. Something got a hold on me, child. Wow, something got a hold on me right now, child. Let me tell
Okay, now we can either take a break and get on to part 2, or we can go right into it.
Let's do part 2.
I'd kind of like to take a piss, though.
Well,
I don't have to, though.
No, that's fine. I don't care. Do you want to change shirts anyway?
Yes, good idea.
If you think rock and roll won't diminish in popularity, what do you think sustains its popularity? What quality of it that you think makes it popular?
Well, sir, rock and roll has been around for many years. It used to be called rhythm and blues. And as far back as I can remember, it's been very big. Although in the last 5 years it's gotten much bigger. But I personally don't think it will ever die completely out. Because they're going to have to get something mighty good to take its place as far as the young people are concerned.
What about maybe taking the wiggle out of it?
Rock and roll music, if you like it, and if you feel it, you can't help but move to it. That's what happens to me. I can't help it. I mean, I have to move around. I can't stand still. I've tried it, and I can't do it.
Now, the electric prunes for Vox, bringing you the exciting new sound of the Vox wah-wah pedal. Let the electric prunes demonstrate the difference. Play it prunes first without the wah-wah pedal. Now, listen to the difference when you push that Vox wah-wah pedal down. You can even make your guitar sound like a sitar. It's the now sound. It's what's happening. That's why the Electric Prunes, Animals, Herman's Hermits, Paul Revere and the Raiders, Stones, the Seeds are all using the Vox wah-wah pedal, and it works with any amplifier. If you're a professional musician or want to sound like one, get with the new Vox wah-wah pedal at your Vox dealer now.
Anyway, Ike and Tina continued on and did lots of solo projects, and one of the funniest albums they did, it's an amazing album actually, is this album here where they're shown in whiteface. Like they're appealing to the white market now. You know, the Kings of Rhythm has dissolved, and they're no longer a black R&B group, and now they're doing basically solo projects. And Ike actually hated the record that Phil Spector had put out, River Deep, Mountain High, and he called Phil Spector an over-producer.
Oh, yeah.
And he said, what the hell is that song about anyways? He says, is the River Deep, Mountain High? He says, that's like asking, is the Pope Catholic? So he basically hated the record. And
well, the Kings of Rhythm became the Family Vibes.
Oh, really?
I think it just changed the name, I guess,
in
with
the
time.
70s, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, very 70s sounding name.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyway, Phil Spector had, you know, like 15 top 30 hits, and the record industry finally decided that he'd had enough hits and killed the record off and described it as an ego record. It only got to number 88 on the charts, reissued in 1969, made number 2 in England, though, and they toured with the Rolling Stones and the Yardbirds and Long John Baldry, all on the same bill. What a lineup that is.
What a bill. Unbelievable.
Yes. Anyway, I'd like to feature a track off this LP, which features an absolute dynamite insert photo of Tina Turner. Could you hold that up for me? Featuring those great legs of hers. And I got to say, seeing Ike and Tina Turner live with the Ikeettes at the Seattle Pop Festival in 1971 and standing like 5 feet in front of the stage looking up at them wearing these revealing lots of thigh costumes has turned me into a lifelong leg man. Anyway, Grumbling, a great instrumental by Ike Turner on lead guitar. Ike Turner as a solo guitar player. Now this CD here features 2 albums on one CD. It's the So Fine album and the Cussin' and Carrying On album as well, featuring a lot of their kind of later things during their time together. This came out on the Pompeii record label, 1968, which was their own label, actually. And
It's part of Atlantic, wasn't it?
something like that, but Ike had some kind of leasing deal or some deal. Anyway, it was his label, or their label. And Shake a Tail Feather, that was, although that's an integral part of the Ike and Tina Turner Review show, it was out originally by...
The 5 Dutones.
5 Dutones.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got it on a
63.
single, but it's on a cassette tape or something, and I remember it's not as good as the Ike and Tina version.
But what a great song for that show band.
Yes.
I mean, perfect
And
for the...
you know, and they do this whole dance routine where they skitter around the
Oh, yeah.
stage. Tina with the Ikeettes, and they're all bending over, you know, and wiggling their bums and stuff, and talking about shaking a tail feather.
Well, one of the writers, this is the most bizarre story, but one of the writers of that song, Andre Williams, he was a writer, wrote songs. He was in a bands, these sort of no-name bands and that, but he wrote quite a few songs in that time period. But he wrote that, and years later, Ike got him to produce some stuff for him. Mm-hmm. So when he comes into Ike's studio, by this time Ike had his own studio, he goes into the studio, Ike immediately gets him hooked on coke. Oh. And the guy became a street person. He just totally got addicted to coke and destroyed his life, ended up living on the street.
That was
begging
real
for
nice
money.
of Ike, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Anyway, the guy eventually, cleaned up and that, and started recording again. This Andre Williams fellow. But yeah, I mean, what a payback!
I do have one album by Andre Williams.
Oh yeah.
And it's a real kind of ragamuffin affair. It's kind of, I can't decide whether it's brilliant or absolutely terrible. It's one of those real kind of
That's funny
right off the street kind of thing.
I was talking to Stanley Most, that famous San Francisco artist.
Right.
And he was asked by
poster artist.
Yeah, by Big Brother and the Holding Company to come in, because his studio was upstairs where the rehearsal studio was, and he was asked to come in to listen to this new singer, Janis Joplin. Mm-hmm. And same thing, he says, I can't decide if she's really bad or really good. I just can't figure it out. Same sort of thing.
My daddy told me a long time ago, never take candy from a stranger. I should have thought about that when I met you. I should have run away from the danger. Oh, but like a child, I believed what you said. I let your lies run dreams through my head. I let you have what you wanted, and now you're gone. And you left me cussing and crying and I can't on. By the way you hurt me, I'm a mistake.
Anyway, so we're going to go out with a tune called Nutbush City Limits, which was basically the very last hit by Ike and Tina Turner. It came out on the United Artists record label, 1973.
Which Tina wrote.
Right, and it's basically about her hometown.
Yeah, that's right.
Nutbush.
Yeah.
And what a place to be from. Yeah. Anyway, she basically talks about the old days and this and that, and Ike produced it, and so forth. So, this group, this duo, Ike usually wrote the songs and directed the band, the Kings of Rhythm, choreographed the Ikeettes, played lead guitar or piano on the record. Ike Turner was actually 8 years older than Tina. He worked for Sun Records as a roving talent scout. He was basically a Svengali-like figure who brought artists into the Sun Studios.
Apparently had a radio show early on,
He
too.
did everything.
Yeah.
He did absolutely everything. The guy was a musical genius. I mean, he
for sure.
discovered people like Howling Wolf, Johnny Ace, B.B. King, and brought
It's
them.
hard to believe, like, when you look at like an artist's work, you know, a contemporary artist, sort of they're after 10 years of doing music, and then you look at this and you just see how many great songs that are just so good.
I realized right away that it could have easily been a 4-part show. Easily.
Oh yeah.
I just had to leave out so much stuff, it was beyond belief. And when Ike and Tina were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1991, Ike Turner was actually in jail at the time and was unable to attend the ceremony.
Oh, man.
So he's a little bit of a rough type.
Oh yeah.
And Tina has lots of nasty things to say about him in her book, I, Tina. But nonetheless, the guy is a musical genius. He's done lots of stuff. He's got his fingers in lots of pies.
Even the side projects.
And his side projects were all
It's like a lifetime's worth of work.
Yes.
Just that alone.
And he leased stuff to other labels like Chess and RPM and Modern. Now, Ike and Tina Turner split up in 1976. They were together 19 years as a professional working entity.
Mm-hmm.
And when Tina split from Ike, she hid out at Anne Margaret's house.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
And I kind of got holed up in her basement for a few months till, you know, she could get free and all that. Because basically she didn't want Ike's people finding out where she was and all that, till she got reestablished. And then she signed on with Roger Davies, who was an Australian entrepreneur, and he gave her a total makeover in 1980. And she then went on to have lots of hits for the Capitol record label, and the first hit she had was Let's Stay Together, which was very contrived and kind of a fake kind of approach that she chose to use, but it worked.
I actually really liked that album, that Private Dancer album.
It's not rhythm and blues.
Well, no, it's not. It's a totally different type of music, but I thought it was a brilliant album.
It's very disco-y and kind of affected and kind of not like real music, but her vocal is still true to the vine.
Well, yeah, but to have an album come out like that with so many singles off it,
yeah,
I mean, that's just kind of unheard of.
Well,
now.
You can't argue with success.
Oh, yeah.
And she certainly was successful. And
it's not like she didn't work for it.
Right,
She did
exactly.
a
And
long
this
time.
is basically, you know, the approach that she used is certainly, you're able to hear it on this album here, called Simply the Best. And
I just got a poster here of just before she kind of broke with that Private Dancer album, playing the Commodore in the early 80s. Great shot of her with her sort of her famous pose that she does. A lot of posters of.
And she re-recorded this tune that we're going to play, which was the last hit with Ike Turner. She re-recorded it to fit in with the 90s as a live track, and it's available on this single. But we're going to play the original version produced by Ike Turner to go out with. We're going to go out with Nutbush City Limits, which was Tina Turner's talking about her roots.
We were snuggled up in the
sounds, make it to Dolphins of Hollywood, 1065 East Vernon, for the lowest prices on records anywhere in Los Angeles. Any 45 RPM record is only 88 cents. Any $3.98 monaural LP is only $2.98, and any $4.98 stereo LP is only $3.98. Get your records at Dolphins of Hollywood, and you won't have to listen to my program to hear your favorite records. And they've got everything: rhythm and blues, jazz, spirituals, a tremendous stock of oldies, and they even have a few 78 RPM records still available. So, if it goes around to make a sound, you'll find it at Dolphins. You can get that great record by Big J. McNeely, There's Something on Your Mind. The Drifters, There Goes My Baby. The Coasters, Charlie Brown. Fats Domino's, I'm Ready. Dolphins is open weekdays till 4 a.m. and Sundays from 10 till 10. Be sure to tell them that OHH sent you down to 1065 East Vernon to Dolphins of Hollywood.
Rockinitis.